We're here to provide a brief and exciting update on our Citrix Ready verified client devices. The 4448C and 5848QC, recently certified by Citrix, are featured on the Citrix Ready marketplace, available via citrixready.citrix.com. In this first slide, we see a typical Citrix Zen desktop environment connecting to either a desktop or server VDA, supporting the display of HDX 2D graphics, multimedia, and 3D content. In these examples, content required by task workers and knowledge workers, such as 2D and multimedia content, is firstly server rendered. Optionally, for 3D or CAD applications supporting OpenGL or DirectX, content is rendered on NVIDIA grid cards via HDX 3D Pro. Once the content is rendered, the content is encoded by the server CPU before being delivered towards the Tenzig Zero client via Citrix receiver. The Tenzig Zero client includes the latest Citrix receiver, which supports by default Deep Compression V2 codec, as supported in Zen Desktop 7 onwards. This H.264 codec provides optimal user experience where the codec adapts to changing conditions. This user experience can be finely tuned within Citrix for catering for changing user requirements such as 2D and 3D workloads, as well as managing available server network and client resources. Also supported from Zen Desktop 7.6 FP3 is thin wire compatibility encoder, ideally suited for lower requirements such as those required by task workers and knowledge workers. This is an alternative mode to Deep Compression V2 codec for providing a rich user experience, all whilst utilizing less CPU and bandwidth overhead. Still widely used and supported by Tenzig is HDX flash redirection, which is a client offloading feature. This feature supports the redirection of flash-enabled web content via Internet Explorer, where a website containing flash is contacted. The ICA session utilizes a flash player which is installed locally onto the Tenzig client to enable it to fetch and/or render the content in client CPU for websites such as YouTube.com. This HDX technology is widely used in training and education environments to provide full HD experience whilst increasing server and network scalability due to the fact the client is responsible for offloading content. A recent technology update from Citrix supported via Tenzig is the Skype for Business or HDX Real-Time Optimization Pack, RTOP. This technology, jointly developed and supported by Microsoft and Citrix, aims to provide optimal Skype for Business experience by offloading audio and video streams to the client device. This eliminates hairpinning often associated to VDI and UC deployments to provide peer-to-peer voice and video communication. Authentication, signaling, IM, and collaboration all continue to transmit between the Skype for Business client and the Skype for Business or link server. Voice and video communication is offloaded to the client device using the following components: the HDX real-time connector, which is installed to the VDA and the same machine as the Skype for Business client. The HDX real-time connector communicates with the HDX real-time media engine, RTME, via ICA virtual channel. The HDX real-time media engine is installed onto the Tenzig client device. The real-time media engine is responsible for audio and video communication using headsets and webcams via RTP. Where voice or video calls are established, the HDX real-time connector communicates with the HDX real-time media engine for enabling peer-to-peer communication between other Skype for Business clients and/or endpoints or servers. In addition to supporting these common Citrix HDX components, Tenzig Zero clients can be managed and automatically configured using our enterprise-free Tenzig Manager, managed using either MMC-based console plugin or browser-based console. Automatic configuration works by the Tenzig Manager discovering, registering and querying Tenzig Citrix Zero clients inside the Tenzig Manager. Where applicable, A template is assigned to the device to enable all configuration of the device, including the Citrix storefront or Netscaler URL for connection to Citrix. This enables true pain-free plug-and-play configuration. And this concludes our update on Citrix Ready verified client devices from Tenzig.